On the 4th floor of Seacon Square again, and we're coming back to this place. This place is called Kosirae, and on Monday through Thursday you get a free suki pot if you want. We're just gonna get the pork thing. It's only 330 baht, and the refill is 350 baht, so under 400 baht, under $12. But we'll have to see if there's tax and tip included or not. So if you missed the other video, got your ice, your glasses. The right side tea is extremely sweet, but the left side tea has no sugar, so you mix the two, you're good to go. Soda fountains, those drinks cost extra. Pretty big place, big tables for, yeah, really big tables, no small tables at all. So they come by with a tray of food, and I didn't want everything, I just picked what I wanted off the tray. You have to verbally tell them, you know, the meats that you want to have. There's no app here. You just point to the menu, and as you can see, those are thick chunks of pork right there. Some marinated pork, some pork belly, really thick chunks. And then the suki here, the free suki, I guess it just default comes with this plate of stuff. And so we got some noodles, mushrooms, some tofu product, some sort of hot dog, and one dumpling of some sort. So I guess I'll just throw all this in there. Just take a look. It's kind of hard to do with the spoon. Some pak bung. That's a great vegetable. Skip the noodles for now. Oh, yeah, tongs would be smarter. So on the table you got tongs and scissors to cut up your stuff. Get all that stuff cooking. I tore the dumpling apart. Well, honestly, I don't think eating the suki is worth the stomach space. But if you want to be healthier, then yes, boiling your food is always healthier than barbecuing it. Some seaweed, it looks like, a little corn. It's actually smart they give you this stuff because this is the cheap food. They want you to fill up on the cheap food, not the expensive meat. Alright, anyhow. Oh, so you can dip this pork in some sort of sauce here. I don't know what it is till it's cooked. You notice there's a double grill, and you notice this place uses charcoal. I'm going to do some pork without the sauce. Alright. Then marinated. Look, that's a huge. Maybe that could be cut a little bit smaller. It's just one giant chunk of pork. Well, that's what the scissors are for. So if you like really big chunks of meat at one bite, you can do it here. So sadly, I don't want to get cross-contamination. Gotta move the raw foods away. Look at this. This is like that's a pretty hefty chunk of pork right there. And look at the belly. It's really thick. Very impressive. Looks like some lean cuts of pork here. This probably won't be so good, so I'm going to dip that in some sauce. And then we'll do one without the sauce, just to make sure. I guess that's all we can cook for now. Alright, let's sample these side dishes. I guess one minor quibble is these super thin chopsticks. It's almost like eating with toothpicks. They're so difficult to handle because they're just so thin. I really wish they had wider wooden chopsticks. Kimchi looks pretty good. Oh, yeah, that is good kimchi. I like that a lot. Very crunchy. Definitely sour. It's not spicy at all. It's got a little savoriness. You know, maybe there's some fish in there or something. This soy paste. not as salty as I thought it would be. Okay, it's just soy paste of some sort. Some radish. Very fresh, very crisp. A little sour. It's vinegary, of course, being pickled, but it's not super vinegary. I think it's because there's a little sugar in there. The texture is really great, though. This is probably papaya kimchi. I don't know if you can hear me biting. It's so crunchy. I don't know even how to compare it to something in the West, but it's just so crunchy. It's crazy. Crunchier than most papaya you find in a som tam salad. Some sort of spinach. This is cold. All these dishes are cold. A little bit of white sesame, but I don't taste it much. I don't taste much sesame in this particular spinach. I think there could be some onion, maybe? I'm not sure. It's a little different than other Korean places. Okay, now we got a little pre-made salad. And although it looks spicy, I doubt it will be. So texture-wise, this is not as crunchy as any of the other ones. It's crunchier than coleslaw. I guess it's kind of like a coleslaw. It's been marinating in these fluids long enough that it's not super crunchy. It's not spicy. A little bit sweet. Slightly sour. I don't get any savoriness though. Some vinegar as well. It's okay. I think all the other ones are better though. Alrighty, well, yeah, this is gonna be great. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to cook their own food, but I like cooking my own food. I want it to be the right barbecue charring that I like. Sometimes other people, they cook it, it's not barbecued enough, maybe it's barbecued too much, so we'll have to come back. Well, the meat's still taking a while because the charcoal wasn't fully ignited, so it's going to take some time. But let's try some of this shabu soup. I don't want to really fill up on soup when I'm coming to a barbecue place. Well, the broth here is a little sweet in soy sauce. Kind of tastes like Momo Paradise, that Japanese kind of, I don't know what you would call this soup base. Maybe there's some seaweed and soy sauce if I had to guess, but it's not really my kind of soup. I prefer more savory soups instead of sweet soups. So it's a pass for me on this. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad. It's just that I came here for this. So, yeah, unfortunately, you see the charcoals down there, they're still black. They're only lit on the bottom side. So, there's a fan adjuster, but I actually have it full blast, I think. Let me see here. Well, maybe that was on low. Let's get this thing cranking. Alright, well, unfortunately, I put it on full blast, but the coals just weren't started properly. So, like, parts of these meats are overcooked, other parts are still raw, because the coals aren't ignited all the way around. So it's kind of annoying. I don't remember it being like this last time. But anyway, some of this is clearly cooked, like this. Let's see what it, I have no idea what it is anymore, but yeah, good barbecue taste, that's for sure. Yeah, it's just a really thick chunk of pork. This one, I guess that's cooked. It's just not really barbecued much. So that's got like a slightly sweet, very slightly sweet marinade. This looks like it was just that plain pork, but it was dipped in that sauce. Okay, this one's quite tough. Yeah, that was a tough cut of meat right there, that one at least, but maybe this one will be better. In fact, I'm going to just take a bite of this. That's better. This one was not as tough as the other one. Plain flavor, dipped in the sauce a little bit. Alright, so this bacon here. Yeah, so if you want to just eat full-on slabs of meat, you can. Very hot. That was delicious. It's not actually bacon. There's no smoky, marinade. It's pork belly, but I just defaultly call it bacon. I'm conditioned to see something that looks like that. I call it bacon, but it's not. But it did pick up some smokiness from that charcoal, so I guess it is mildly bacon, but definitely not as smoky as Western bacon. So this is so far the best one. Yeah. Mainly because there's so much fat in it. Alright, so the thin strips here. Let's try this. No. I think that's just thinly sliced pork belly. It's definitely soft. Not much flavor though. That could have been one that I didn't put in the sauce though. Alright. So let's try with the Suki sauce. It's sweet. A lot of bean paste flavor coming through there. And actually spicy. That one's actually probably the spiciest thing I've had here so far. That sauce. Alright, let's try this. Yeah, I think it's little soy sauce, some sugar, you can see some sesame seeds. I'm not sure if there's even vinegar in that. It's not salty and it's not super sweet. It's kind of in between the two. I actually think I like that, and I don't even like Suki sauce usually. Alright, let's try this in here. Well. Alright, so now you can see the coals. They're starting to they're like maybe 80% burning all around now, so I think now this next batch of meat will cook a lot better. In fact, I might want to turn off the fan a little bit. So, let's go lower this fan. So, this wrap, maybe put some spinach in here. Oh, they're coming to change out the grills because they're getting a little too smoky. Alright. That's delicious. So good. It really tastes fresh with that kimchi in there. Yeah. All right. Yeah, the barbecue is so good here. I kind of feel like, yeah, you might want to skip the free suki thing. You're just kind of wasting your stomach space. This stuff is fantastic. And the kimchi's is fantastic too. Oh, I didn't even see this. It's sesame leaves here. These taste even better than lettuce. Mix up a couple different meats. Even better. Alright, well, it's fantastic. Random note, now I understand why the fire took so long to get going. This isn't charcoal. I thought it was pressed charcoal because it was all black, but if you look at the structure of those things, I think that's real wood. Like an actual chunk of wood, you know? So, yeah, now that it's all ignited, it's burning nice and even. It's not, the fan isn't even on high anymore. So, yeah, it takes a little while to get the thing going, but it's real smoky flavor from a real tree of some sort. I don't know what. I am so full right now, though. Oh my goodness. Whew. Alright, so there's the tax is already built in. There's a tip already included. So it's under 800 baht. That's a pretty good deal for something with like really big cuts of pork. So it's 2 for 2. Good experience both times around.